Hello to everyone who will be watching this. This is the second episode of the Pontus campaign in Total War Rome 2. Last time, if any of you remember, we took the cities of Samosata and Massacre, taking out the faction of Cappadocia. Iconium and Side are currently under Rhodesian rule, and Sardes, one of the factions which are settled down in the east of Anatolia in Asia Minor, currently have Ephesus, and Pergamon has Pessinus and Pergamon itself. We are currently allied to Bithynia, but I don't think that will last because if anyone remembers, we want both Ankara and Iconium for ourselves. We don't want any pesky Bithynians taking all of our belongings. Talking of, we are going to be creating ourselves a little bit of an army here, mainly consisting of pikemen for now. And not only pikemen but also slingers and such. That is for the next turn. Our main army, the Ravaging Chimeras under, I think it is Mithridates, not the 6th. And over here we've got this army of Hoplites, Eastern Slingers, Eastern Javelins, and Pontic Swords, some Cappadocian Cav, and obviously our Pontic Roll Cav bodyguards. We end the turn, and we just await. The question is, will the Chimerians or Colchis make any moves against us? Because they very well might. We get some Cappadocian cavalry in the Sons of Rai, and we're going to continue expanding this army with some Eastern Slingers and some Pontic Swordsmen, or I will next turn anyway. When it comes to the main force, it is just going to have to sit around here, not really doing much. I might as well even move them back to Amasea, but not yet, because public order here is absolute. It's absolutely terrible. For now, there's not really much to do, as we wait for any enemy attacks, and our champion just leveled up. Pergamon requests alliance from us, and thinking to myself right here, they are a good ally to have because they're all Seleucids, and gives us a bit of a justification for going to war with them. Just checking if they'll pay a huge amount, and I happily accept it because they just have to pay over 1,500 what was it, ducats or gold, I don't know. You can get a Temple of Poseidon over in Samosata, and we can begin the recruitment of the Pontic swords into this army, meaning we'll have 2 completely full stacks at our disposal. The Spartans just seem to have blown up a bit, and now own Larissa and all of the Macedonian territories, which is rather impressive, I'll say myself. Pergamon is probably willing to give us trade, and I might be able to get loads of cash from them. 2,000 gold exactly. So nice and all. I'm going to get some hoplites into this army, and after the recruitment of this army here, I'm going to move them over to Pontus, over in Caucasia, and just begin an absolute conquest there. And over here, public order is stabilizing. The garrisons are filling up. I could even, at one point, try and get the royal barracks, but at the moment that is impossible. Carpus, the aforementioned champion, gets our level up, and I can upgrade his hoplite skill, which gives us the ability to have more morale, more melee defense, and more melee attack, which is all fine and dandy. Other than that, currently we are somewhat at peace. Iconium was taken by the Seleucids, and slowly they might begin over expanding, and that is all good. But then this message comes up. I don't know who this is, obviously, but we might be able to guess by let's just see here. We might be able to guess by who it is. It's the general of the ravaging chimeras, Mithridates the First. We could get this almighty person, our new leader, Barzanes, and he's got a hell of a lot of good traits. The only issue is he's got -1 gravitas and -2 public order, but he gets so many buffs to his army that it's totally worth it. With the Sons of Rai, I'm going to immediately begin a march all the way to Asis, or Fasis, I'm not sure. Do not quote me.
I will listen.
I'm going to now go to Trapezos.
I am honored to greet such an
And
ambassador.
check if we got military access. We have. And with the Armenians, I'm checking if we can get any deals. And we can, if we offer a little bit of cash. Sadly, they are absolutely not willing, even after so many different attempts. We get a new leader, and all of a sudden the game starts to throw every single possible announcement at us. Ephesus was taken, and that's all nice and good. And with the Seleucids, we only got a trade agreement, so it doesn't really matter. And non-aggression pact, but they're all the Egyptians, I believe, so I'll get us on good terms with them. With Rhodos, going to propose defensive alliance, and form basically a bit of a league
Our joint enemies would tremble if
with the Rhodesians and the people of Pergamon. Not the Bithynians, because I don't care about them. And then I got 2 different excuses to go to war with these Seleucids, although we don't know where their main army is. There's a small navy over here and a small army over here, although I don't believe this army, no matter how much of a carry that these shield bearers can be, I don't think this army could ever take any city. So their main army must be at its way to Pessinus.
As you command.
And if not, then well, I don't know where their army went. We're going to end turn again, and just pray that the Seleucids don't randomly declare war, and that we're forced onto the defensive, because we do want to go on the offensive in the end. Probably just to make a beeline all the way to Antioch and then peace out, because that's exactly what I think we should do. We can get an upgrade here, and the upgrade is going to be a gathering place, because we can get a gymnasium and get all the rest that it gives us. The fleet from Antioch has came to Side, and now learning of what is going on over here, it seems like the army of the Seleucids has just evaporated into thin air. I don't think that we could ever hold our cities with the garrisons that we have right here. Well, maybe we could hold Amasea, but that's it really. While other cities have terrible garrisons, and we'll probably need an army inside it. As you can see, they have allies in Persia, Media, and Dragiana. But there is a way to get around it. We don't need to declare war on the Seleucids.
I give you welcome.
We can just join the war against the Seleucids. We can get a little bit of money from it as well.
The gods weep when
And
men battle fruitlessly.
in turn,
Help us in
we're out all the Seleucids, but we technically haven't done anything wrong. We want to take Iconium first, and it's going to be an easy auto-resolve battle. Then we can go back down to Side, and have full command over the area of Galatia, I think it is. I'm going to get the strategist trait for Ariozabanese, and over here, the Sons of Rai can just keep on moving, and keep on moving. Over here, I'm wondering what to get, and personally, I would say getting the shield maker would be a good choice, but we currently cannot do that because, well, we haven't got the money for it. We're going to get civil settlement over here, as our public order literally just pumps down the drain. We want to keep Massacre mainly because it will be what allows us to get the Royal Barracks, and the Seleucids ask for peace, which we will not give them, and then we get an impossible to win battle, which we're just going to auto-resolve, because there was no point of actually fighting it. Our lands are now split, but luckily that is no issue for us. The Culture's army randomly goes into our seas, and we reject Pergamon's war offer. We're now bankrupt as well, so we are in a lot of trouble economically. But we can now just walk right back to Massacre. And taken down. I would auto-resolve this. This is an extremely easy auto-resolve. and after thinking it, I actually will auto-resolve it, hoping that there is a larger force somewhere that we can fight. Our general, let's just say that, has now gotten an upgrade, and the companions of Heracles are probably going to go after Sinope, which doesn't really have that large of a garrison. So all our efforts to defeat Colchis are going to have to be postponed, because we obviously just don't want Colchis taking Sinope, one of our most important cities. We're going to have a rebellion now in this turn, and the Seleucids ask for peace, which we accept, because now we need to focus on Colchis, then we can return to the Seleucids and get on our way to just getting a large-ish kingdom going. Obviously we need to deal with that rebellion and massacre first of all, which I think will be easy enough, thinking that it's a Cappadocian rebellion, and Cappadocian rebellions are just normally a bunch of hillmen. So we attack them. We get into the reinforcement range of Sinope, and we go right for those rebels. And now they're dead. The rebellion has been crushed, and we will be swiftly on our way to securing the region once more. We're going to have to sit in here for a little bit, but not for long, hopefully. And while all of that's happening, we can just try to stabilize, try and build things up. Obviously, that would be pretty good. We learn that Palmyra is now in the hands of the, the Egyptians. So we might get a chance to meet them and form a coalition.
Be welcome.
Primaria really doesn't want a peace treaty, and Colchis doesn't either. Even though we could probably just wipe them off the face of the earth. And Colchis especially. Don't know about Chimera. Or Chimeria? I don't know. Looking over here. Apollonia is Athenian. Not Epirate, unlike what I thought. Race is barbarian, and such. So when we take out the Bithynians at some point, which is what I hope to do, taking Nicomedia and Ankara would give us two huge walled settlements. Two settlements which will be extremely important for us in the future. And we can just, from there, attack Europe. And the barbarian settlements in Thrace to get a good foothold. Meanwhile, there's a riot at the capital. And we're going to crush the riot with military might. If we leave this place, it's probably going to revolt, but let's be honest, we can't do anything about that. At the moment, our monetary situation is way too bad for us to be able to do that. Instead, we're going to have to allow for a rebellion to happen. It is not looking good, but we need to shore up our front line of cultures at the moment, because we obviously want to get something going over there. Nothing happens. The seleucids don't do anything to combat anyone, and it seems Trapezoid has fallen. Bithynia asks for military alliance, and obviously we will reject. We have got plans for them in the future. Trapezoid is destroyed. We get some event I don't care about at all. And now we can just walk up to Trapezoid, wreck the whole garrison in there, and end up with one settlement more in the east. It also seems Cyprus was destroyed, most likely by the Seleucids. Apparently the Egyptians like us. I can just see it over here. So that is good to know. The Spartans over here are a good ally to have. So I'm going to, well, I would try and make sure that they would become my allies. But at the moment that is impossible. Mainly due to the fact that I'm extremely untrustworthy. Where have we seen that before? Anyway, Trapezoid seems to have been ungarrisoned by the mini fleet over there. We've been sabotaged, but we don't care. We're just going to walk in here, and this time we're actually going to fight the battle, because unlike with the Seleucid, whom I have seen and I know how to beat, with cultures I have no goddamn idea what to do. I'm just inexperienced when fighting them. Also, the deployment is good, and we can begin setting up. So my plan is to have 3 hoplites, 2 pontic swords, and 2 eastern slingers on this side. The rest of our ranged forces on this side, with our other 2 pontic swords and our other 3 hoplites, and all of our cavalry behind this group. I'm going to march our whole force up here, and all of these hoplites up here. I'm going to line up with the slingers just behind them, and the few pontic swordsmen that we have even further behind. Our cavalry is going to move over to this side, all the way to, around our normal infantry units. Over here, seems like we're just going to have a free ability to just chuck loads and loads of projectiles at the enemy's axemen. Or you would. We're going to charge into those axemen and charge into these ones over here. I'm going to have all of these units go after the horse skirmishers. I'm going to have 2 hoplites marching there, and some troops over there to protect. These 2 pontic swords are going to charge into the eastern spears. These eastern spears here are very weak, I'm going to just to march my hoplites at them. Our cavalry over here are going to chase around the enemy's skirmisher cav, and probably going to get ran and we're probably going to have them accidentally run into something. One of our Cappadocian cavalry can charge into the air, and another unit can charge those distant slingers because, you know, why the hell not? The horse archers over here are currently stuck in the combat. There seems to be loads of random engagement going on. And over here we can just charge in the Cappadocian cavalry without showing in our favor apparently, and our pontic troops can just march in no problemo. The key question is currently, where is their general? And I think many of you can guess where the enemy general is. He's over here. I'm going to have the Royal Cavalry charge in there and find him. And in fact we're going to form a diamond and charge headfirst into him, alongside hopefully some hoplites.
Our general is under attack.
Put emphasis on some, obviously. Our cavalry over here are not doing too bad against them. And over here, the Inspire can buff their stats up even further. So that their stats are literally like head first through the roof. And we're having loads of hoplites going in to join them. We're going to have the cavalry get out of there. And someone staying behind and getting themselves killed. And they're going to go around the side, and in fact our general is still alive, luckily. And we're going to strike into the back of the enemy. The culture nobles are slowly going to disappear. It's going to take quite a while for them to actually disappear, but well, that's just a grand old shame. Our cavalrymen just slowly getting around the side, and at this point the enemy's general is about to rout. What does that mean? We're going to form a diamond and blast into the back of the enemy. End the battle, and the numbers were evenly matched. It's just that we had a bunch of much better units than evaded. And this gives us control over Trapezoros, and later hopefully Phasis, the capital of Colchis itself. And from now on I'm just going to call it Colchis or whatever. I'm going to occupy Trapezoros over here and build myself a grand old fishing port. Meanwhile, the Seleucids hate us. That's understandable, only that they're treacherous. And they just lost some settlements to Pergamon.
Athena give you wisdom.
So that's wonderful.
Pharaoh,
Egypt
the light of his people, bids me
is
welcome him and listen carefully and
currently
respectfully
the only
to
person
your
willing
words.
to negotiate anything with us.
Your
So
offer
that's all
is
nice.
kind and respectful. I will not trouble
So
Pharaoh, from whom riches flow, with such a request. I say no for him.
we're getting
Your
a
suggestion.
little bit more money and a good bit more income over from Egypt. Exactly, Alexandria, who seems to have lost some territories, although I'm not sure. And this is where we're going to end off. How will this situation continue? Will we be able to actually get to Cultures and actually take the city of Cultures? Or Pastor says it actually is called. Should we move in the Sons of Rye? And will the rebellion in Galatia and Cappadocia actually be any good? You shall find all of that out in the next episode.